Have you ever had that weird feeling that the world seems to know what you want, maybe even before you do? Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the art of prediction. And I'll tell you right now, it's not magic. It's actually a structured process that anyone can understand. So let's break down how it all works.
I mean, think about it. You finish binge watching a show, and boom, almost instantly, a new recommendation pops up. And it's perfect. It feels like someone read your mind. So how on earth does that happen? It's probably the best example of this predictive tech working in our day-to-day lives.
Well, the secret sauce has a name: predictive analytics. You can think of this as the engine that powers pretty much everything, from your movie list to the weather forecast. It's all about using data from the past to make these really, really smart guesses about the future. Okay, so if we want to build one of these predictive engines, where do we start? Well, it all begins with step one, what we call sample design. The best way to think about it is like cooking. Before you even think about the recipe, you've got to get the right ingredients, right? The good stuff. So sample design is just the official term for that process. It's the absolutely crucial skill of picking out the right historical data to learn from. Because every single great prediction starts with great data. It is the bedrock for everything else we're going to do. And you can see here just how high the stakes are. If your data truly represents all your users and includes all the key pieces of information, you're on your way to accurate predictions. But if you only look at one tiny group or you ignore important info, your results are going to be flawed. It's the classic garbage in, garbage out problem. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. The data you feed your model literally becomes the only world it knows. So choosing it wisely isn't just a suggestion, it's everything. So, you've gathered your high-quality ingredients. Now you need a recipe. And that brings us right to step two, modeling. This is the fun part, where we start to turn all that raw data into something genuinely useful. Now, I know predictive modeling can sound a little intimidating, but at its heart, it's just about choosing the right recipe. It's a kind of mathematical blueprint that helps us find those hidden patterns in the data. It's the skill that turns what happened in the past into what's likely to happen next. And here's the key. There isn't just one magic recipe. First, you have to know what your question is. Are you trying to predict a specific number, like, say, the price of a house? Or are you trying to choose a category, like, this person will watch this movie versus they won't? Your answer to that question tells you exactly which technique, which recipe you need to use. All right, so we've gathered our ingredients and we've used our recipe. The cake is officially out of the oven. But is it any good? That brings us to our final and maybe most critical step, evaluation. It's time to grade our own homework. And this really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? It's not enough to just build a model and call it a day. You have to put it through its paces and see if it actually works out here, in the real world. So let's jump back to our streaming service example. Imagine we run our tests and we find out our model has an accuracy score of 92%. Okay, that number sounds pretty high, but what does it actually mean? Well, what it means is this. Our model gets it right 92 times out of 100. It correctly predicts a show that you, specifically, are going to enjoy 92% of the time. Now that is a useful model. But being effective is about more than just one number. A great model needs to be accurate, for sure, but you also have to ask, is it reliable? Does it keep working day in and day out? And maybe most important of all, is it useful? Does it actually help us make better, smarter decisions? So there you have it. That's the entire journey in a nutshell. You start with sample design to get that quality data, then you move into modeling to pick the right recipe, and you always finish with evaluation to make sure the whole thing actually works. When you boil it all down, it comes to this simple but incredibly powerful flow. You take raw data, you apply a model to find the patterns, and what you get out the other side is real, actionable insight. That's the heart of predictive analytics. Which, leaves us with one last question to think about. As this technology gets scarily good at predicting everything we do, from the movies we watch to the things we buy, what's the one choice, the one part of your life that you hope always remains a surprise? Something to chew on. Thanks for digging into this with me.